Right now, the discussion is back on regarding police officers in Madison high schools. We're detailing the clash between the chief of police and community group Freedom Inc. Plus, what we know tonight about an incident in Mazo, Maine as a delivery truck crashes into a building there.
I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman.
And after Tim Michael's larger than expected win in the gubernatorial primary, we look at what went wrong for the Clayfish campaign. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes' recent budget proposal, whether or not he intends it, has re-sparked a debate around having officers near schools and dealing with students. And as Armand Rahman found, the group behind removing police from inside schools in the first place says this is just the same plan, just with a different name. Armand's live tonight in front of Madison East High School with more. Armand?
Yeah, Eric, the chief wants these officers on the ground in neighborhoods surrounding East High School here, as well as West, Memorial, and La Follette. But Freedom Inc. says that's a step in the wrong direction. Chief Sean Barnes thinks 4 neighborhood police officers stationed outside Madison's high schools would bring community policing activities to school zones, something he feels has been lacking for 2 years.
This is not about the SRO program. Everyone wants to make it about the SRO program. This is a neighborhood officer program.
But to Bianca Gomez, it's just
the reinstatement of the SRO program, which it is, right? It's an SRO program by another name, is not the solution to concerns around young people.
Gomez works with Freedom Inc. in Madison.
Young people talked about how traumatizing it was to have police in schools.
They led the push in 2020 for MMSD to remove school resource officers.
You should not need a relationship with a police officer to avoid being criminalized, right? That does not help keep young people safe, and that does not protect our community.
But Barnes points to other issues, including last school year. Back in 2021, there were numerous fights outside East High School in particular, which left both officers and students hurt.
There's probably not a week that has gone by that someone doesn't talk to me, call me in a coffee shop that are worried about, hey, what's our plan for school safety? What's our plan for the neighborhoods?
But to Gomez, more investment in youth engagement, housing, food distribution, and less in police is the key to safety.
And I would say, what makes you feel safe, right? When we talk to our young people in this community, when we talk to our parents in this community, when we talk to business owners in this community, right, they often outline that other community helps them feel safe.
And in a statement today, a Madison Schools spokesperson told us a majority of altercations on our campuses last year started from conflicts outside of school. He added, we support efforts by MPD and other community partners to ensure safety and security. And again, this is part of a larger budget proposal the chief sent to the finance director in July. Live in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. New tonight, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County giving gun owners another reason to trade in unwanted firearms this weekend. The first 5 assault-style rifles turned in at Dane County's Gift Cards for Guns event Saturday will receive an additional $250 gift card from the club. That's on top of a $250 gift card from the county. The buyback event scheduled for August 13th. That's this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Alliant Energy Center. All unwanted or unused guns can be turned in for gift cards. One of 2 women who were sentenced to a state mental health facility after the 2014 so-called Slender Man stabbing has withdrawn her petition for release. Back in June, 20-year-old Morgan Geezer asked a Waukesha County judge to order her release. The judge ordered 3 doctors to evaluate her mental state, and after the first results came back yesterday, Geezer and her attorney withdrew their request until further notice. Next tonight, a devastating explosion in Indiana. 3 people are dead. Nearly 40 homes have been damaged. Now, this happened down in the city of Evansville along the Ohio River. According to the city's fire chief, 2 of the victims killed were in the home that exploded. The 3rd victim in a neighboring house. 4 homes in all were destroyed in this blast. Another 39 damaged. Investigators have not given a cause for the explosion, but officials say an arson investigation is now underway. In Illinois, a massive fire is still smoldering at a recycling plant. This is in Madison County. That's in the western part of Illinois. At least 1 employee at the plant has been injured. There's a shelter-in-place order for a half-mile around that facility. It's not known how long that'll be in place. Smoke from the fire has been seen as far away as the St. Louis Zoo. More shocking video. This from Texas. Firefighters and bystanders came together to rescue a woman just moments before her car got swallowed up in that flooding sinkhole. Working together, they pulled her out the back window right before the vehicle was dragged under. It happened in El Paso after the sinkhole opened due to a water main break. The woman was hospitalized with just minor injuries. More local news now. A building in Mazo-Maney destroyed today after a delivery truck drove right through it. The Dane County Sheriff's Office said the driver didn't stop at a stop sign on Highway 78, drove through the structure, which housed a business. Luckily, no one was injured. Inattentive driving and foggy conditions are believed to have been factors in this crash. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast now. A beautiful night. Here's meteorologist Julian Seawright.
That's right. A beautiful night is in store for us as we continue throughout the rest of the night. But one thing we're going to watch for is how some of those showers are developing as we take a look at our radar in just a moment. But how we stacked up for today, our high was 83 degrees here in Madison. A little bit warmer than normal, which is around 81 degrees for us. But temperatures throughout southern Wisconsin have started to drop just a bit. But it's a slow drop. However, towards Black River Falls, further north, we are starting to see a little bit cooler conditions starting to roll in for us as those northerly flow is starting to roll its way in. But dew points are still a little high as well. We're still feeling a bit of that moisture outside as we're getting ready for the rest of tonight. But the good news is we are going to start to see that cold front roll through, and we are looking at more pleasant and comfortable conditions from the overnight hours going into our Thursday. But taking a look as of right now, we saw a couple of showers just north of Dane County, but those are starting to phase out for us as we continue throughout the rest of the evening. Now, the rain that was also impacting the southeast is starting to fall apart, but we're still looking at some showers near the D.C. metropolitan area as well. Looking at the rest of tonight, our lows are going to be into the low 60s and those upper 50s for some areas. We'll take a look at what else is coming for the back end of the work week in just a few moments. Until then, let's toss it back to you, Derek.
Julian, thank you. Campaign 2022 coverage now. Turnout in the primary yesterday neared 26%, the highest for a non-presidential primary in 40 years. Unofficial results show nearly 693,000 Republicans, more than 501,000 Democrats voted yesterday. One of the big reasons for the high turnout on the Republican side was the hotly contested governor's race. That even got substantial national coverage. Businessman Tim Michels came away with a win over former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish. And one of the big takeaways from that race was the margin by which Michels won, 5 percentage points, despite polling much closer over the last few months. Our morning team asked a political science expert about it. She called it the biggest surprise of the night.
Primary races are always hard to poll, but it shows essentially there's still some limits to how much we can trust the polls here in Wisconsin, which have been sort of a little unreliable the last few cycles.
Professor Eleanor Neff Powell also pointing to the former president's sway among voters when it came to both of the outcomes. You'll remember Michels had secured Donald Trump's endorsement and had attended a rally with him late last week. Well, she wasn't the only expert we spoke with who was surprised by that margin of defeat in a race that was supposed to be closer. And we asked where the Clayfish campaign fell short. And Catherine Merck has the story.
Here's a map from our website showing the results from the governor's race last night. Any county that shows up here in orange is a Tim Michels win, and the pink is a Rebecca Clayfish win. And as you can see from a first glance, there's a lot of orange across the state going for Tim Michels, who obviously ended up winning the race. But as we told you ahead of last night's election, there's a lot of expected victories to go on for Rebecca Clayfish in the Milwaukee suburbs that ended up either being close or going the opposite way. And so there's a lot of orange down there as well. Why did this happen? Where did Clayfish go wrong? There's a lot of questions surrounding her campaign that I asked the department chair of political science at Marquette University. He tells me last night's turnout shows that an endorsement by former President Trump still carries a lot of weight with Republicans.
In Tim Michels' case, I mean, he didn't join the race until what, April, sometime during the spring, and yet was able to raise his name recognition and get Republicans to vote en masse for him. And I think Trump's endorsement had a lot to do with that.
Based on Trump's endorsement, that could be a key factor to winning this November. Polling has already showed the race between Governor Evers and Michels is expected to be a close one this fall.
Catherine, thank you. In the meantime, Governor Evers and his new running mate are already hitting the campaign trail. He started the day in Madison with State Representative Sarah Rodriguez, who won last night's Democratic Lieutenant Governor primary.
At the end of the day, we feel really, really confident that it's going to be a great campaign, and we're going to win it, and we're going to continue the good work that we've been doing for the last 4 years.
The spokesperson for the state Republican Party issued a statement today on the Democratic ticket. They wrote, quote, from proposed tax hikes, cuts to school choice, and soft on-crime policies, Wisconsinites aren't interested in Tony Evers and Sarah Rodriguez's malarkey, end quote.
Mike Gableman is an embarrassment to the state. So I am going to take some time to talk with my caucus next week. We actually have a caucus on Tuesday. I'm going to talk about it with all the members and see what the next step should be.
That was Assembly Speaker Robin Vos last night after his narrow primary victory. Adam Steen was endorsed by Donald Trump and also by Michael Gableman. Here's a look at just how close that race was. Just a few hundred votes separated the two in what would have been an unprecedented moment had Steen pulled off the win. But what does Vos's win mean for the Gableman investigation now into the 2020 election? Speaker Vos started it last summer at the behest of Donald Trump. Hard to imagine a future for Gableman. Vos has repeatedly tried to end the investigation but has extended it time and time again after pressure from conservatives, and now Democrats are hoping to investigate how the Gableman investigation has been conducted.
What we've seen this week is Gableman going after the Speaker and the Speaker going after Gableman.
And now Democrats are pushing for an investigation into the investigator himself.
The question that I've been asking and a number of my colleagues have been asking for quite some time is the fact that we've had over $1 million of tax dollars. Why is it that we're continuing to spend this money at the same time as these two gentlemen are sparring with one another? It seems to me that they're using our tax dollars to score political points.
Senator Agard among a group of Democrats asking the Legislative Audit Committee to okay an audit of the Gableman investigation and how those funds are used. They are not likely to get it, the Republican support that they need for it, however. A reminder, for more in-depth reporting on this week's primary and reaction to the results, check out our website, channel3000.com. Former President Trump was questioned under oath by New York investigators today, though. He says he refused to answer their questions. It comes just days since federal agents searched his Florida home as part of a separate investigation. Naomi Ruckham reports.
Republican lawmakers continue to come out in full support of former President Trump in the days since the FBI executed a search warrant at his Mar-a-Lago estate.
It was an outrage and an abuse of power.
Trump met with allies in New Jersey Tuesday night. They urged him to jump into the 2024 presidential race. On Monday, FBI agents spent 9 hours in his Florida residence, taking away several boxes, some possibly containing classified information. On his social media platform, Trump suggested agents may have planted evidence, though offered no proof. Current FBI Director Christopher Wray, who was appointed by Trump in 2017, says violent threats made online by those upset about the investigation are concerning.
Any threats made against law enforcement, including the men and women of the FBI, as with any law enforcement agency, are deplorable.
Former President Trump was not at Mar-a-Lago during Monday's search, but here in New York City. On Wednesday, he attended a deposition for a civil investigation into his business dealings.
How do you feel, Mr. Trump?
The investigation by the New York State Attorney General is looking into whether the Trump Organization misled lenders and inflated real estate values. Trump invoked the Fifth Amendment during questioning, though he once denounced that tactic.
You see, the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
In a statement, the former president says he now knows why, saying, when all the people in your orbit have become the targets of an unfounded, politically motivated witch hunt, you have no choice. Trump denies the allegations. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
The New York Attorney General Letitia James recently said her investigation is close to wrapping up and will then decide whether to bring a lawsuit against Trump or his company. And some promising news tonight. Inflation may be easing. The price you pay for goods and services went up 8.5% in July. That's less than economists predicted, which indicates inflation is backing off a bit. Bureau of Labor Statistics released that new data today. And the cost of filling up keeps going down. According to AAA, the average cost of a gallon of regular gas in the United States now $4.01 per gallon. Gas in the Madison area is substantially lower than that, about $3.40 now per gallon. And still ahead tonight, your updated forecast for the last couple days of the work week. But first, why this is the week to check out a local comedy show. We'll tell you about this growing annual event. That's next.
With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U.
For a limited time, get free kids glasses and eye exam only at Stanton Optical. Walk-ins welcome.
Everything here is American made.
But it's tough competing with China.
And Ron Johnson's making it tougher. Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for outsourcing corporations.
But voted against tariffs and sanctions on China's unfair trade practices.
And when Johnson's big corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, he defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin. The biggest problem.
Senator Johnson, stop making it tougher on us.
We've been spending more time than ever before at home, where we're continually inspired to make it our own, where the perfect wall mounting can lift your spirits, and that once hidden path to your door is now illuminated with intrigue to lead you inside. With Patriot Lighting, your lighting is another way to put your personal style on display. Smart, sophisticated, radiant, just like you. We have hundreds of options to make your home and your world shine a little brighter. Find your style with Patriot Lighting, only at Menards.
Come on, Brian.
Dad, look.
Brian, come on!
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
Ready, Brian? Summer won't last forever, but you can go out and make memories that will during Toyota's National Sales Event.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. See your local Toyota dealer or visit toyota.com to learn more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wipes, wipes, wipes. Why the waste? Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water with reusable EcoPad. Micelles work like a magnet. Now leave less mascara residue than the leading wipes. With no wipe waste. Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water and reusable EcoPad by Garnier, naturally.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
It's go time, people. We all have a story to tell. So let's come together, laugh out loud, to share some hope and joy, all on my new show.
Weekdays on WISC-TV starting September 12th. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Despite threats to stop its support of the International Space Station, NASA says Russia is committed to it beyond 2024. Last month, Russian leaders implied they would leave the space station after 2024, prompted by tensions over their invasion of Ukraine. But now the Russian space agency Roscosmos is saying perhaps something was lost in translation. Disney Plus getting more expensive. The company announced the streaming service will now cost $10.99 a month. That's a $3 jump. The previous price point, $7.99, will now be the cost of a new ad-supported subscription tier that's set to debut in the U.S. on December 8th. Hulu, which is majority owned by Disney, is also seeing a price hike. Hulu without ads will be $14.99 a month. Get ready to drop an extra $1,500 if you buy a new General Motors vehicle. The manufacturer now making a 3-year subscription to OnStar standard. For a while now, GM vehicles have come with OnStar hardware already installed, but subscribing to the service was optional. Local leaders today celebrating the opening of a new apartment complex. This is near the former Oscar Mayer plant on Madison's northeast side. The Oscar Apartments, made of 2 buildings. It includes a total of 110 units. One 55-unit building will be for those ages 55 and up. The other targeted for multi-family use. Well, if you're in need of a laugh, right now is a great time to check out the local comedy scene. We're in the middle of the Madison Comedy Week, an annual 8-day festival now that features more than 100 acts performing in more than 30 shows at 10 venues across the city. Organizers say since its creation in 2018, it's grown in popularity every year and has turned into an in-demand local event.
So it kind of puts a nice little spotlight on the Madison comedy scene, which is definitely one that stacks up to scenes in cities many times its size.
This year's Madison Comedy Week began Monday. It runs through this Sunday. Well, let's go to Julie and see right now with the latest on your certified most accurate forecast. Just been a perfect stretch of weather, Julian.
Yeah, and it's going to continue for us. The only time we have a couple chances of any of that changing is heading towards our Friday, but we're going to time that out in just a moment. As we walk over towards what we're seeing for tonight, still feeling just a tad bit muggy, but overall it's not too bad of a night here in Madison or for many of us in southern Wisconsin. Now, we were tracking a couple of showers that were starting to leak their way through, but just know over the next few hours into the overnight, well, it's going to be rather comfortable for us. Temperatures will be into the middle to lower 60s by the time we're heading out the door tomorrow, and that's just going to be the start of, again, our trend of just great weather. Taking a look at our surface map as of right now, the cold front ahead of it is where we're starting to see some cloud cover and those little small popcorn showers, but outside of it, we're still dealing with plenty of dry conditions in the upper Midwest. Thanks to our friends from Canada, that's where we're seeing the cooler air coming from. Even though it's not a vast area of air mass that's really cold for us, we're still looking at cooler temperatures than normally what it is for this time of year. Now, taking a look at our radar in itself, we can see just a couple of those pop-up showers just into central Wisconsin, tried to leak their way into Dane County, but overall, we're still staying relatively dry. 98% of us aren't even seeing those showers as we're getting into the rest of tonight. And all the other areas to our friends in the southeast have pretty much seen their rain fall apart, but there is still some rain just outside of the D.C. metropolitan area. Now, take a look at tomorrow. These are what our highs are going to be for us. Many areas are going to still be in the 70s with plenty of sunshine. Yes, there will be some clouds, but overall, it's going to be pretty much an A to A+ day for many of us as we kick off our Thursday. Now, planning out the rest of the evening going into tomorrow is what we're going to be looking at. Some cloud cover will stick around, but temperatures will drop into the lower 60s by the time we head out the door, which is going to feel pretty great for us. Dew points won't be too high, but they will still just be noticeable, just a little bit. But as we go into the rest of our morning, we'll start to see some of that temperatures starting to rise into those mid-70s, but still plenty of sunshine. And the cloud cover in itself is going to start to develop for our friends to the west, just into Iowa and Minnesota. And that's where we're going to start to look at the potentials of developments of some showers going into the early Friday morning that could start to leak their way into southern Wisconsin throughout our Friday morning, early Friday afternoon, but then look to try to phase out by the time we get into our Friday evening, which is going to, once again, pan out for just a fantastic day for us. Overall, though, we're not looking at too much. The confidence is still not all the way there for us to see showers starting to roll their way in, but if we do, it's mainly going to be on the western side of southern Wisconsin for us, and about 1/10 of an inch. Some areas could see about 1/4, and that's going to be closer to the borders of eastern and eastern Iowa and eastern Minnesota. But the three things we're going to need to know is that the 70s are going to stick around until we get into the weekend. Then it's going to be 80s for Saturday and Sunday, so a bit more of that summer warmth, but still not a lot in terms of precipitation is going to be hanging on for us. We do have a couple slight chances from Friday into our Saturday, but outside of that, plenty of dry weather is going to remain, and the 70s themselves will continue heading into next week as well, which is going to be a perfect segue because high school football is next week and the Friday Night Lights, Zach, is looking to shape up pretty nice. So what's coming up in sports?
You are exactly right. Coming up in sports, the Pads are on at 1440 Monroe Street, while the Badgers say they've been bringing a little extra juice to practice because of it. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suites, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
It's Throwback Thursdays from HyVee. This Thursday, our special recipe brats, 10 for only $10. Gold Peak Tea 6-packs, only $4.49. Frito-Lay party-size snacks, only $2.49. And buy one, get one free on a HyVee Chinese 2-entree meal. Thursday only. And save even more with HyVee Fuel Saver. Right now, save up to $5.23 per gallon with your HyVee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Announcing another Best of Madison 2022 award. And the winner is Buck and Honey's, winner of 6 Best of Madison awards in the food and drink category, including Best Restaurant. See all the Buck and Honey's awards in the August issue of Madison Magazine.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Monday, they learned a little of the language. Tuesday, the Wisconsin men's basketball team had a day they won't forget. The Badgers got a history lesson when they visited the Normandy American Cemetery and laid flowers on the grave sites of fallen soldiers from Wisconsin. Today was their first game of the 10-day, 4-game road trip, but before they tipped off against Paris Towers, the guys took a little cruise down the Seine River to see some more sights of Paris. Now, as far as how the game actually went, it was all Badgers. Wisconsin started on a 15-2 run and never looked back. Stephen Crow led the way with 13 points and 5 boards, while Chucky Hepburn added in 12, and Isaac Lindsey finished with 10 points off the bench. UW's next game is Friday. Wisconsin is officially a week into fall camp, and they're into that fun phase of practice now. The pads are finally on, and 2 days with them on, and it's instantly more energy, more excitement, and a lot more trash talk between the offense and defense. The pads amp up the competition with a thud, and they've been known to turn some roommates against each other for 2 hours on the field.
Everybody out here get juiced when the pads come on, because that's when we start talking. Everybody get their little vendettas out with, another brother on the other side.
Someone said, why is camp so fun? I was like, my roommate plays offense, Jack Eschenbach. And I'm like, I hate that guy all of August on the field. We just trash talk constantly. So just little stuff like that. There's little battles, and competition brings the best out of everyone. So absolutely, it's fun. We go after each other on the field, and then we go have lunch and hang out all day.
Brewers going for the season sweep of the Rays this afternoon, and they needed a late rally in this one. Down 3-2 in the 9th. Rowdy Tellez ties it up with one big swing. Then in the 10th, Willie Adames going to come up clutch against his former team. Adames rips one into the outfield. Tyrone Taylor huffing and puffing and sliding in for the game-winning one. Brewers walk it off in the 10th, 4-3, the final. And Braxton Amos is heading to Serbia in September to compete in the Senior World Championships with USA Wrestling. The Badger sophomore is no stranger to the world stage. Last season, he won a Junior World Championship in freestyle and a bronze medal in Greco-Roman, which he'll be competing in this year. Wisconsin assistant coach Seth Gross will also be representing Team USA in freestyle. We're back after this.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Velco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. Factory Direct means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. Most importantly, it means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco. Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Oh, hey, it's me, Adrian. People choose Sono Bello because they can permanently remove your stubborn body fat in just one visit.
After having 2 kids, my body changed a lot, and I struggled with my stubborn body fat.
For me, as a busy mom of 2, when I discovered that Sono Bello had a mommy makeover package catered just for moms like me who don't have time to recover and need to get back in action, that's when I knew I needed to go to Sono Bello.
Sono Bello removed my diet-resistant fat cells permanently in just one visit.
There was minimal downtime, local anesthesia, so I was actually awake during the whole procedure. I deserved my mommy makeover, and you do too.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-952-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
Migraine attacks? You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta is a pill, gets right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how HyVee can help you save on Qulipta.
Meet a More Than Pink Walk super supporter Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And Julian with a quick final check.
And it's going to be a great stretch of weather ahead of us. Temperatures will be in the 70s, a couple of days in the 80s, but that's for the weekend. Nice little summer, but outside of that, not looking at too much in terms of rain, but could see a shot here and there. Otherwise, great weather.
Looking great, Julian. Thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great night, folks.